Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll quickly share the screen with you all. Let's just do the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurum militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these are some very important prayers of Prithu Maharaj. We'll just start with this. So the Prithu Maharaj prayers are starting from the 23rd shloka, and this is the 29th shloka. So it says that Prithu Maharaj says that भजन्ति यथ त्वमथ एव साधवो व्युदस्तमाया गुणविभ्रमोहदयम् भवत्पदान् अनुस्मरात् ऋते सतां निमित्त अन्यात् भगवन्न विद्महे. Somebody can read the translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Great saintly persons who are always liberated take to your devotional service, because only by devotional service can one be relieved from the illusions of material existence. O my Lord, there is no reason for the liberated souls to take shelter at your lotus feet, except that such souls are constantly thinking of your feet. Hare Krishna.
Somebody can read the translation as well.
Shobha Mataji, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Translation is done,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
There is no purport in this.
Yeah, there is a purport over here. The karmis are generally engaged in fruitive activities.
Hare Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The karmis are generally engaged in fruitive activities for material bodily comforts. The jnanis, however, are discussed with searching after material comfort. They understand that they have nothing to do with this material world, being spirit souls. After self-realization, the jnanis who are actually mature in their knowledge must surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord, as stated in Bhagavad-gītā. Brahman Janmanam Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Self-realization is not complete unless one comes to the devotional platform. Therefore, it is started in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that those who are Atma Rama, self-satisfied, are freed from all contaminations of the material modes of nature. As long as one is affected by the modes of material nature, especially by Rajas and Tamas, he will be very greedy and lusty and will therefore engage in hard tasks, laboring all day and night. Such false egoism carries one from one species of life to another perpetually, and there is no rest in any species of life. The jnani understand this fact and therefore ceases to work and takes to. Can you raise the screen, Mataji? Takes to karma sannyasa. Yet this is not actually the platform of satisfaction. After self-realization, the material wisdom of the jnanis leads him to the shelter of the lotus feet of lotus feet of the Lord. Then he is satisfied only in contemplating of the lotus feet of the Lord constantly. Prithu Maharaj therefore concluded that liberated person taking to the devotional path have acquired the ultimate goal of life. If liberation were the end in itself, there would be no question of the liberated persons taking to devotional service. In other words, the transcendental bliss derived from self-realization known as Atma Rama is very insignificant in the presence of the bliss derived from devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Prithu Maharaja therefore concluded that he would simply hear of the glories of the Lord constantly and thus engage his mind upon the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of life. Hari Bol, Dandavats Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So see what he is saying over here. He's saying that bhajanti atha tvam ata eva sadhu. The devotees, they worship you. And then he's saying that vyudashta vibramaha. So the devotees worship you who destroy the abundant illusion. Who is destroying the abundant illusion? The Supreme Lord. And then he's saying that Maya Guna Udyam, from the gunas of Maya. And then he's saying Satam. Satam means those who are the devotees of the Lord, for the devotees of the Lord. Right? And he's saying Na vidmahe. Na vidmahe means I do not know. Anyat nimittam, I do not know what, any other result. And then he's saying any other result from worshipping you. And then he's saying that Bhavat pada anusmarad rite. Bhavat pada anusmarad rite means that except remembrance of your lotus feet. So he's saying I do not know anything other than remembering your lotus feet. There is no reason for this liberated soul to take shelter of your lotus feet except such souls who are constantly thinking of your lotus feet. So if you see that over here, that those great saintly persons who are always liberated, they will always take to devotional service. So even liberated souls like Jivan Muktas, they take shelter of Krishna Bhakti. Why? Because liberation alone is not the end. The real perfection lies in loving service to the Lord. And that is why even the sages who could merge into this Brahman still choose the personal loving service to Krishna. So even in the Bhagavatam also it is said that though liberated souls also, even though they have attained liberation, they do not give up devotional service. Because why they do not leave devotional service? Because it is giving them transcendental pleasure. And because only devotional service can, when somebody is executing devotional service, only that time he can be relieved from the illusion of this material existence, that is Maya. So Maya is so strong that even great scholars can remain, entangled unless, they take shelter of bhakti. So why? Because Maya is actually Krishna's energy, and only when one becomes the servant of Krishna, then Maya, releases that particular jiva from her grip. So Krishna himself says in the Bhagavad-gītā, in the 7th chapter, he says, Devi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mam Eva Prapadyante Maya Etam Tarantite. So Krishna says that this divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome. But those who are surrendered to me, then they can easily cross this. And those devotees who are worshipping the Supreme Lord, so and the Supreme Lord, what is he doing? He is actually destroying the abundant illusions of a particular living entity or the liberated souls from the gunas of Maya or from the clutches of Maya. So for devotees, they do not know the result from worshipping, but they know that they only have to remember Krishna or take the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So devotees, you can say that bhakti, for devotees, bhakti is the only path that is truly freeing that particular soul. And bhakti, or even these most realized souls that there, or the sadhus are there, and liberated souls, they all choose only bhakti over mukti. Bhakti over liberation, right? And Maya can be overcome only by surrendering to Krishna and engaging in his loving service. So, sometimes when we read these shlokas, we can have a personal, you can say, reflection or a prayerful reflection that, oh Lord Krishna, see, even the liberated souls, they bow down to you and they, serve you in love. And let me also, I'm also very fallen and I'm very forgetful. Let me also actually take shelter of you or take shelter of your lotus feet, engage in your service. And only by doing these things, I can be free from this ocean of illusion that is there. Like. So definitely, the bhakti, that is the pure devotional service, is the only means for liberation. And beyond that, even beyond, even bhakti is even beyond impersonal liberation also, that is mukti, right? And if you see even in the Bhagavatam, the very first canto, 7th chapter, is saying that na anyatra kamo labho va moho matsarya eva cha na yatra shantir dantascha yatra mukti prasiddhati. So even in that transcendental state of devotional service, there will be no lust, there will be no greed, there will be no envy, or there will be no illusion. There will be always peace, self-control, and uh, even mukti will be standing with folded hands waiting to serve that particular devotee. And if you see in that purport of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada says that devotional service is so pure and exalted that even that it is even desired by mukti herself. Mukti herself is desiring bhakti. So that means that liberation is not the end, it is only the beginning, and when it comes to bhakti, then he can excel, and from there he can go ahead. And even Kapil Dev in his teachings to his mother Devahuti in the 3rd canto, what does he say? He says that Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Samvido Bhavanti Ritkarna Rasayana cha Taddoshanat Asapavarga Vartamane Shraddharatir Bhakti Anukramishyati. So he says that in the association of pure devotees, when there is discussions of the glories of the Supreme Lord, it is very pleasing to the ear and the heart. And then through such association only one will quickly advance on the path to liberation, and he will, when he is on that path, what will he develop? Then he will develop firm faith, he'll develop attachment to the Supreme Lord, and then he will get pure bhakti. So even liberation, that is apavarga, it is coming from what? It is coming from hearing and serving the pure devotees of the Lord in the association of devotees. So the soul is not very truly liberated until unless it is engaging in the loving service to the Supreme Lord. And even in the 6th canto we have seen where Ajamil's case as such, or in many other cases, or even in Amrish Maharaj, is that there is one shloka which says that Muktanam Siddhanam Narayana Parayana Sudurlabha Prasannatma Kotishvapi Mahamune. He's saying that among many millions of liberated souls and many perfect liberated people, one who is completely devoted to the Supreme Lord is a very rare person. So most people, after attaining liberation, they do not achieve that supreme fortune of devotion to the personal form of the Supreme Lord. So now that soul is very rare, who is completely surrendered. And the one who is completely surrendered is called a Mahabhagavata or a Paramhamsa. And when even Krishna, he speaks to Uddhava, Krishna himself says that in the 11th canto, he says that, what does he say? He says that Yat Richaya Mat Kathadu Jata Shraddhastu Yat Puman. So over there, the next line is Na Nirvinno Nati Shak chakto bhakti yogo asya siddhidaha. So he says over there that, see, sometimes if by chance also somebody hears my glories and he develops faith after hearing those glories, and even if he is not completely, detached or not renounced, then this path of bhakti alone can bring him to perfection. So even those who are not fully, detached or who are not jnanis, they can also attain full liberation through bhakti yoga. So it is not necessary that, somebody has to transcend from karma yoga to jnana yoga to bhakti yoga. Even a neophyte in Krishna consciousness can straight take to the path of bhakti yoga. He does not have to, go through all these levels. So how powerful is actually bhakti? This is what they're trying to say. And the 10th canto also, it actually speaks about um it speaks about I'm sorry, I just sometimes very forget these slokas, but it is spoken by Lord Brahma in the 14th chapter. He says that Shreya Shritim Bhaktim Udasyate Vibho Kalishyanti Ya Keval Bodha Labhyate Tesham Asu Klesha Eva Shishyate Nanyad Yatha Sthula Tushabhigatinam. So over there, he says that, see, those who give up the part of, devotion, they are engaged in only mere speculation. And because they are engaged in speculation, these speculations are only troublesome. And because they are troublesome, these people have to suffer over there. Now, their knowledge really does not give them real benefit. Like, it is just, you are beating the empty husk. So, without bhakti, even gyan is useless. So, recently I was just in the morning, I was hearing one YouTube short by His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. And he was talking about that when this Pune temple was being built, he went to view the construction over there. So he asked one mason that, what are you doing? He's saying that I am actually, building a wall. Then he asked the other mason, he's saying that, I am, cementing this particular or wall. Or he said that I'm making a hall. He asked the third person that, what are you doing? He's saying, I'm building a temple for the Supreme Lord. So now see, out of the three, whose consciousness is better? The third one definitely, because his consciousness is all the time that I am actually building a temple for the Supreme Lord, which is so, anything you do without devotion, it is completely dry and fruitless. Like, for example, we are chanting. So, if you're chanting with a very dry mind or a dry consciousness, okay, dry consciousness means there are no feelings in that. But when you're chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra early in the morning, you have feelings for the Lord that, Krishna, yes, I am meant to give you pleasure. And when I'm chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, every time you are hearing your own name, you get so much of immense happiness. I'm trying to give you that happiness on a daily basis. I'm trying to please Guru Parambara. I'm trying to please my immediate Guru. I'm trying to please Srila Prabhupada. With these feelings, then, when you chant, then it has some, rasa. That relationship also will have some juicy, pulpy, you can say, condensed love that is there, between the relationship. So if you see that any activity that we are doing in devotional service, that has to be with full consciousness that what is the purpose of what I am doing, whether I'm reading the Bhagavatam, whether I'm cooking, whether I am raising my children, whether even raising children is a part of bhakti. Somebody might really wonder that how can raising our children be a part of bhakti? But when you are teaching the angas of bhakti or the limbs of bhakti to our children, you're preaching to your own children. And when you are preaching in a loving way, the children also lovingly are accepting, because the children are also jivas, right? And these children, will be the future of ISKCON. They will be the ones who will be carrying this legacy forward. So if our children are preached properly, then they will preach to their children properly, and that's how the legacy carries forward. And we do not know which child can become a very pure devotee, and because of that child, of course, we are not going to, teach our children or, raise our children in that consciousness, but we never know that which child of us will be a pure devotee and he'll go back home back to God. And because of that, we also, sometimes might not be really very qualified. At least I might not be very qualified, but my child can take me, back home back to God with his pure devotion. As such, Krishna will definitely consider, right? So the conclusion over here is that even liberated souls and perfected beings, they take up to bhakti, not because they have to, but because bhakti gives the highest joy or bliss. And devotional service is not a means to an end. It is the end. That is, it is both the path also and the goal also. And only bhakti can free us from Maya, because it is connecting that soul directly to Krishna, who is the master of Maya. And bhakti is so powerful that it does not require any, very deep renunciation or some very philosophical understanding. Just a sincere surrender and loving service, like how the fruit vendor did, or Shabri did, or Kevat did, or Jatayu did, or the squirrel did. And does not really matter, only surrender and loving service actually matters in bhakti. Okay, let's go to the next shloka. So these are Prithu Maharaj's prayers, and they're really very powerful prayers. I'll definitely summarize in the end, from the 23rd shloka till this 31st shloka, what exactly Prithu Maharaj wants to say. So we'll just go to the next shloka. It says, Manne giram te jagatam vimohini varam vruneshe varam vruneshe shevete bhajatam mathayat vachanutanत्या यदि te janosutam katham punah karma karoti mohitam. Somebody can read the translation and purport both.
Hare Krishna, Shanti Mataji, you can read the translation and I'll read the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, translation Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, what you have said to your unalloyed devotee is certainly very much bewildering. The allurements you offer in the Vedas are certainly not suitable for pure devotees. People in general, bound by the sweet words of the Vedas, engage themselves again and again in fruitive activities, enamored by the results of their actions. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Narottam Das Thakura, a great Acharya of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, has said that persons who are very much attached to the fruitive activities of the Vedas, namely Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, are certainly doomed. In the Vedas, there are three categories of activities known as Karma Kanda, fruitive activities, Jnana Kanda, philosophical research, and Upasana Kanda, worship of different demigods for receiving material benefits. Those who are engaged in Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda are doomed in the sense that everyone is doomed who is entrapped by this material body, whether it is a body of a demigod, a king, a lower animal, or whatever. The sufferings of the threefold miseries of material nature are the same for all. Cultivation of knowledge to understand one's spiritual position is also to a certain extent a waste of time. Because the living entity is an eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, his immediate business is to engage himself in devotional service. Prithu Maharaj therefore says that the allurement of material benedictions is another trap to entangle one in this material world. He therefore frankly tells the Lord that the Lord's offerings of benedictions in the form of material facilities are certainly causes for bewilderment. A pure devotee is not at all interested in bhukti or mukti. The Lord sometimes offers benedictions to the neophyte devotees who have not yet understood that material facilities will not make them happy. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Lord therefore says that a sincere devotee who is not very intelligent may ask some material benefit from the Lord, but the Lord, being omniscient, does not generally give material rewards, but on the contrary takes away whatever material facilities are being enjoyed by his devotee, so that ultimately the devotee will completely surrender unto him. In other words, the offering of benedictions in the form of material profit is never auspicious for the devotee. The statements of the Vedas which offer elevation to heavenly planets in exchange for great sacrifices are simply bewildering. Therefore, in Bhagavad-gītā 2.42, the Lord says, Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avapaschitaha. The less intelligent class of men, avipaschita, attracted by the flowery language of the Vedas, engage in fruitive activities to become materially benefited. Thus, they continue life after life in different bodily forms to search very, very hard. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Prabhupada's purports are really very powerful, if you see. So if you see, he says that, Prithu Maharaj is saying over here, he's saying that, Manye te giram. I think that your words. So varam vrishnisva iti. So, when Krishna is saying that please choose a benediction, then he's saying jagatam bhajatam vimohitam. They are very bewildering to the world. When somebody says that, okay, choose a benediction. And yadi jana te vacha to tantasya asitah. So he's saying unless a person is bound in your words, then katham karma karoti. How can he continue to do such actions? Right? So that is why he's saying that punaha, repeatedly, mohita, under illusion. So he's saying that all these, because see, all these Vedic allurements that are there, they are materially motivated actually religions. So he's saying that what you have said to your unalloyed devotee is certainly very much bewildering to me. And whatever allurements you're offering in the Vedas, right? Because see, Krishna is offering some alluring promises also, like, Svarga, longevity, power, wealth, good progeny, and so on in the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. But all these are temporary and they are materially binding a particular jiva. So that is why Krishna includes them in the Karma Kanda section for people who are not really very spiritually mature. Those who have some desire for, sense gratification or sense enjoyment, it is included in the Karma Kanda section. But see what Prabhupada is saying that, so Krishna is giving a very strong word also in the purport over here. Prabhupada is saying that Yamimam upastitam vacham pravadanti avipaschita vedavada rata partha na anyat asti vadinah. So he's saying that those who are of less intelligence or of small intelligence are attracted to the flowery words of the Vedas, and they are giving what promises they are giving? They are giving some heavenly pleasures, the promises of heavenly pleasures, and that is why they say that there is nothing beyond this. So these flowery Vedic promises will bind the soul to birth and death because the rewards are temporary. These rewards are not permanent. And then once these rewards are exhausted, the soul will again return back to this earth planet, right? And if you see, even in the Bhagavatam, where Narad Muni is instructing, he's instructing in the 3rd chapter. Who is he instructing? I just forget. Just give me a moment.
Is it Prachetas, Mataji?
It is the Prachetas, right. When he's instructing the Prachetas, over there he's saying that Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam navai vidu rasya napi devah na siddham mukhaya asura manushyaha kuto na vidyadhara charanavaha. So he's saying that real dharma is that which is leading you to loving devotional service to the Lord, and not only some pious karmas, right? You do some punya. So even the great sages, they are very much confused about this. So somebody should mute yourself. Okay. After reading, please mute yourselves. Okay. So then most people are thinking that dharma means, pious activities and some rewards. But actually the real dharma of a jivatma or living entity is loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to Krishna. And when Krishna is again telling to Uddhava also, Krishna's own words, okay? Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyate yatava mat katha shravanaadu va shraddhavan yajayate. So because as Krishna is saying that as long as somebody is not disgusted with this material rewards and he does not develop, faith in, doing Shravanam and Kirtanam of me, then he will keep on continuing with this Vedic karma. So that is why until one realizes the futility of this material gain, he will keep on remaining entangled in this material world. But as soon as one takes up to devotional service and becomes a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, then he bypasses all this by taking shelter of the Supreme Lord or Krishna directly. So, what is the ultimate litmus test for us? The ultimate litmus test for us is Dharma Projita Kaitavo Atra Nirmasaranam Satam Atra Parmo Nirmasaranam Satam. So he's saying that what is Bhagavatam doing? Bhagavatam is rejecting all that cheating religion or dharma. And it is rejecting especially those who are motivated by these material rewards. And this Bhagavatam is meant for whom? Nirmatsaranam satam. It is meant for pure-hearted soul who are seeking only pure loving service towards the Supreme Lord. And that is why this Kaitav Dharma that is being practiced with some material desire, and that is being rejected by the Bhagavatam right on the set. The very second shloka of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Dharma Projita Kaitava. And on set only, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is rejecting this cheating religion. So then somebody might ask, okay, if I have to be nirmatsaranam satam, means a non-envious person to understand the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the mentality of a pure devotee. Because see, pure devotees are like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Prabhupada, and they're demonstrating that they do not want, they're not seeking Krishna for wealth or name or some heavenly, comforts as such. And even when these things are offered to Prahlad Maharaj, to Dhruv Maharaj was offered, something very great. But Prahlad Maharaj also did not want, and in Srila Prabhupada, he also did not want. So they reject them and they are desiring only service to Krishna, right? If Prabhupada wanted, he could have nicely, be situated in his Grahastha ashram. He would nicely be in, sitting in Vrindavan, and he would, be there in Radha Damodar, and he would have passed his life there in itself. But no, he took that pains to go to US and preach over there at the age of 70. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying to the Supreme Lord. And even Prabhupada also used to pray, and prayers are so powerful. We had just seen in the previous sessions which I had given. I don't know where did I give those power of prayers, but I had given somewhere. So there is saying that, see, because when Lord Narsimha Dev is asking that you ask a benediction, I'm very pleased with you. So Prahlad Maharaj says that no, I do not want any material benedictions from you because you can give me everything. You are completely, able to give me, आप पूरे सक्षम हो कि आप मुझे दे सकते हो any benediction and you can give me everything whatever I want. But you please bless me with that unwavering devotion to your lotus feet, and please give me the association of your pure devotees. These are the only two things actually Prahlad Maharaj has asked. So the real benediction is only we can ask from Krishna is that unmotivated, uninterrupted service, ahetu ki bhakti and apratihata bhakti. That is the highest dharma, and that is the, true purpose of life as such. So that's how, we can definitely, from the Karma Kanda section to, the Bhakti section, we can just say that permanent is Bhakti Yoga, because see, in Bhakti Yoga, the sadhan and the sadhya, the means and the goal are the same. Like how? Here I am doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, and then reaching the spiritual world also I have to do the same thing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam only, or Krishna Smaranam, that way. Right? So this is the 30th shloka, and let's go to the next shloka. So ahead he says, त्वन्माययाधा जन ईश खण्डितो यत् अन्यत् आश्रिता ऋत आत्मनो बुधा यथा चरेत् बालहितं पितः स्वयं तथा त्वमेवार्हसि न samhituma. Translation.
Hare Krishna. Varnali Mataji, read the translation, and Anita Mataji, the purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. My Lord, due to your illusory energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position, and out of ignorance, they're always desirous of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you, but as a father, not waiting for the son's demand, does everything for the benefit of the son. Please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. It is the duty of the son to depend upon his father without asking anything from him. The good son has faith that the father knows best how to benefit him. Similarly, a pure devotee does not ask anything from the Lord for material benefit, nor does he ask anything for spiritual benefit. The pure devotee is fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord takes charge of him. As stated in Bhagavad-gītā 18.66, Aham tvam sarva papepya mokshayishyami. The Father knows the necessities of the Son and supplies them, and the Supreme Lord knows the necessities of the living entities and supplies them sumptuously. Therefore, the Ishopanishad states that everything in this material world is complete, Purnamidam. The difficulty is that due to forgetfulness, the living entities create unnecessary demands and entangle themselves in material activities. The result is that there is no end to material activities, life after life. Before us, there are varieties of living entities, and everyone is entangled in transmigrations and activities. Our duty is simply to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and let Him take charge, for He knows what is good for us. Prithu Maharaj therefore tells the Lord, as His Supreme Father, He may elect to bestow whatever He considers beneficial for Prithu Maharaj. That is the perfect portion of the living entity. Therefore, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu teaches us in his Shikshashtaka, Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhaktirahetuki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor have I any desire to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your costless devotion and service in my life, birth after birth. The conclusion is that the pure devotee should not aspire after any material benefit from devotion service, nor should he be enamored by fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. He should always be engaged favorably in the service of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of life. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much. So see, if you see the, shloka, there is saying that, Isha, O Lord, Yad Abudha Janaha, since foolish people, Twan Maya Adha Khanditaha. So when he's saying Khandita means, they are injured by a Maya. Injured by Maya means they are actually separated also from you. He's saying that Anyad Asata Rita Atmanoho, things that Anyad means they desire things other than worshipping you. Anyad Asata Rita Atmanoho. So they are desiring something other than you, worshipping other than you. Then what is this? And of course, even without asking. So, you should choose. So then he's saying that tathatvam eva arhasi na samhitam. He's saying that then what is for your benefit? Like, so yatha charit balahitam pita swayam. So just as a father who's acting for the benefit of his son, you know what is best for me. So he's saying that kindly bestow whatever you think is best for me. Prithu Maharaj is actually saying this. So over here, if you see that this pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, they do not aspire for anything else, or they're not after that material benefit, and even when they are doing devotional service, they are not aspiring for any material benefit. Or these pure devotees, they are not even enamored by some fruitive activities or some philosophical speculations and all. And they are engaged favorably in the service of the Supreme Lord. And that is the highest perfection. So if you see, Srila Rupa Goswami also says, right? Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karma navritam anukulena Krishna anushilanam bhaktir uttama. So this is actually, you can say, the gold standard of devotion. This is the definition of pure bhakti, which is the gold standard. And even in the second chapter of the first canto, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radokshije Ahetu Ki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidhati. So devotional services, Ahetuki means there is no cause, it is not it is not driven by any material cause or any expectation of gain, and it is apratihata, it is not interrupted, it is not disturbed by anything external. Sometimes, some external factors also disturb us, and then we feel that, oh, bhakti is very difficult. If this thing will become all right, I will do bhakti. If this thing will become all right, I'll do bhakti. So it is not even dependent on any external factors. And if you see that, because this is a reciprocation between Prithu Maharaj and the Supreme Lord. So in the third canto, where Kapil Muni is giving instructions to his Mad Devahuti, he is saying that Sadhvo hridayam mayyam sadhunam hridayantvam aham mad anyete na janati naham tebhyo mangapi. So he's saying that this pure devotees, sadhavo hridayam mayyam, these pure devotees, they are always in my heart, and sadhunam hridatvam tom aham, and I am always in their heart. And mad anya ne janati, they know no one, they do not know anyone except me. And naham tebhyo mangapi, so even I also do not know anyone except them. So this is a loving reciprocation of loving service when a devotee is executing his devotional services towards the Supreme Lord without any ulterior motives. The Supreme Lord or Krishna accepts that particular person wholeheartedly. And recently, I'm studying this Ajamil case, and in Ajamil's, Katha, because I take sometimes theme-wise some studies. So there he's saying that, in the very first, chapter only, he's saying that Vechit केचित् केवल्य भक्ता वासुदेव परायणा अघम दुनवन्ति कार्तन्या नरहम इव bhaksara. He says that only by pure devotion to Krishna, some very rare soul can destroy all his sinful, reactions. Like how the sun is evaporating the mist, right? That way. So only Kevala Bhakti. There are karma mixra bhaktis, jnana mixra bhaktis, there is kevala bhakti. So keval bhakti, it does not require karma and jnana. It alone is liberating also, and it's purifying also. Kevala bhakti, that way. And so why not jnana or karma? So because karma is fruitive action, we know, and karma will lead to bondage and repeated birth and death. And then Gyan is what? Gyan is speculation. It will lead only to impersonal liberation. The destination of Jnana will be only leading to personal liberation, which is actually, you can say that, there is a lack of personal relationship with the Lord. And that is why Gyan will be, only dry speculation. So, only Bhakti will allow direct relationship with Krishna in love, and you can say to be intimate relationship with Krishna that way. So over here they're saying that highest, Srila Prabhupada is saying the highest perfection is to render devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And we have seen in the life of Srila Prabhupada, the Goswamis, all the Acharyas, they have, the highest perfection of their life was to render devotional service. So sometimes we can also, pray to the Supreme Lord that, see, I do not want na dhanam, na janan, na sundarim. I don't want any liberation. Just let me serve you birth after birth. I just want to, be your servant birth after birth. I want to just serve the mission of the Supreme Lord. I just want to serve your mission. So in that way, we can definitely pray. So Prithu Maharaj's prayers are a very good, example for us in our own lives also. So if you see from the 23rd shloka, just give me a minute, I have my Subodhini over here. So if you see prayers of Prithu Maharaj, so from there, if you see that he's saying that I do not want any worthless benediction like liberation and all. So in that shloka, he's saying that he's actually praying to the Supreme Lord that how can an intelligent person know that you are the Lord of liberation, and he asks for material benefits which is available even to the residents of hell. So then, Krishna might reply that, oh, so do you want also liberation? So Prithu Maharaj in the next shloka, 24th shloka says that, no, I do not want liberation. But then Krishna is asking why you don't want liberation. Then in the 24th shloka, he says that uh, uh, he's saying that what is the worthy benediction? He's saying that give me millions of years and all. So he's saying that why you don't want any benediction, Krishna might ask. Krishna is asking. He's saying that no, in that situation, there is no nectar of Krishna Katha, which is emanating from the hearts of your, great devotees. And Prithu Maharaj is asking, give me millions of years to hear the Katha, wherever it may happen. So Krishna says, but why don't you desire liberation, which is very rarely achieved? Liberation, आपको आसानी से मैं दे दूंगा. So then over there, Prithu Maharaj is asking that what to speak of the Krishna Katha itself. Even the breeze that has touched the drop of the nectar brings remembrance to the bad yogis who have forgotten you, and which is enough with all your benedictions. So hearing Krishna Katha is restoring my relationship with you. This is what Prithu Maharaj is saying actually. So then Krishna is saying that, but why be a bad yogi? Be a good yogi and accept liberation, which is desired by all the great yogis. What is there in hearing my glories? मेरी glories में क्या रखा हुआ है? He might just ask. So he says that anyone who hears once your glories in the association of devotees, even by chance, he does not want to give up the hearing process. Even Lakshmi doesn't give up hearing your glories. Lakshmi, who is very much close to you on a daily basis, she's she's massaging your lotus feet. So this is the proof that hearing your glories is far more valuable than even liberation, right? And then he's saying that only an animal can give up hearing. Shravanam, only an animal can give up, like an animal mentality, you can say that way. So then he's telling that is why you please give me pure devotional service, and that too the same service as Lakshmi, that is worshipping your lotus feet. But then Krishna says that won't there be competition between you and Lakshmi for the same master? So Prithu Maharaj says that yes, perhaps, but because I'll be fully concentrating on serving your feet, I will not fight, because when somebody has a bigger thing in life to do, then the small things really don't matter in their life. If you have something big, then small things you don't get agitated or angered or proud of all those things, right? So then Prithu Maharaj says that, but Mother Lakshmi might get angry because I am desiring her service. So if somebody is saying that I want to, serve the lotus feet of the Lord, then Mother Lakshmi might get angry. So Krishna is saying that, of course, you are just a, novice, but she's an experienced person. You're just a neophyte person, but she's an experienced person. You are low and she is very exalted position. So why do you want to compete with her? So then, Maharaj says that that is definitely true. But I'm very sure that just like how you took my side between the quarrel between me and Indra, you will favor me also in this particular case. I'm very much sure, because I am Dina and you are Dina Vatsala, and therefore you should support me. So then Krishna is saying that, hey, are you not afraid of Mother Lakshmi's anger? So then Prithu Maharaj in the 28th shloka, that is, he's saying that, no, I'm having your full support. I possess your full support. Then why should I be angry? My strength is only your great mercy. So then ahead, Prithu Maharaj is saying that, I'm sure you will take my side, and I'm very much hopeful also. And then he's saying in the, see, Prithu Maharaj, what is he doing? He's expressing his Veera Bhakti, the desire for competition in relation to Lakshmi. And he's wondering if, he will quarrel with Lakshmi while performing this Bhakti. But as he quarreled with Indra while doing some karma. So, saying that, no. Krishna will ask, that see, not only me, but all the devotees also worship you only for devotional service. And by that worship, you are destroying all their material desires also in them. So Krishna is asking then, what is the result of such worship? So now in the 29th shloka, which we started saying, the result of that worship is that we will keep on remembering your lotus feet, and the happiness derived from that will deride all the other material happiness that is there. There is spiritual happiness and there is material happiness. But remembering the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord will give me spiritual happiness, right? And within the spiritual happiness also material happiness is included. So the param happiness, the highest happiness I will get by remembering your lotus feet. So then he's saying that though the devotees will ask only for devotional service from you, Krishna, still you do not give them the choice of asking for a benediction. So Krishna is asking that why do not I give them a chance? So then he's saying that in the 30th slok, he's saying that this is because some immature devotee, out of some bewilderment, he may ask something other than devotion. And he'll be permanently cheated of that bhakti rasa. So therefore, if I ask you a benediction, which is something, material, and I'll be cheated of this bhakti rasa, so it is better that because you are my father, and the father will definitely act for the benefit of the Supreme Lord or the child, benefit of the child. So you should do what is most beneficial for me without asking me also. So whatever is best for me, you grant me only that. I do not know what is best for me. So you know what is best for me, and you grant me only that which is best for me. And that's how, he's been granted pure devotional service as such. So this is some conversation between Prithu Maharaj and the Supreme Lord. And these are the prayers. So these prayers have ended over here. And from tomorrow, or, day after tomorrow, whatever the days, you will see that how the Lord is offering benedictions to to Prithu Maharaj, and then the Lord departs, and the Lord definitely gives him bhakti for sure. And the Lord is appreciating also, and then the Lord actually returns that way. So this is something, these are my this about what Prabhupada's purports are there. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's also some purports are there in that, and something from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the Bhagavad-gītā. Anybody has any questions, doubts? I rest my speech over here.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Beautiful summarization from 23 to 29 to 31. You took us to the entire revision. And how beautifully you enumerated, Mataji, how Keval Bhakti is better than Jnana Mishra Bhakti and Karma Mishra Bhakti. Devotional service is not the means to an end, it is the path and the goal. And any activity in devotional service should have a consciousness why I'm doing it. Especially, Mataji, when you mentioned about that Lord addressing Uddhava, the part where you said, Supreme Lord told Uddhava, by any chance, if a devotee listens to my glory and he develops, that gave a sense of hope, Mataji. Thank you so much. Beautiful session, Mataji. Mataji, there's one devotee who has a question.
Yeah, sure.
Subharao Prabhu, you may ask your question. I think it was for reading, Mataji.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, seems like there is no question, Mataji.
Sure, definitely.
So, with your permission, can I end the session, Mataji?
Sure, definitely.
Thank you for your association, Mataji. All glories to Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
I'm blessed to be in the association of such exalted devotees. Thank you so much. Actually, the power to speak also I'm getting from you all only. So it's not anything that I'm speaking. Speak something.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Beautiful
Krishna.
session, Mataji.
I'll end the call, Mataji.
Yes, Mother, definitely. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.